Alright, Shalom. This is Howard 1 by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp, located right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Before I begin, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem, Havakak Kodash, Mount Mouth. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, Nagwat, and the children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. It's going to be a quick lesson of hydration. Probably like one precept, few scriptures. It says here, dealing with persecution. All right. This is 2 Timothy 3:12. It says, "Yea, and all that will live godly in Hamashiach Yahushai shall suffer persecution." Man. All right. So that means what? Let's get the word godly. It goes into the word eusebos, which is a Greek word meaning pious, piously. All right, and pious goes into basically the Hebrew word, just like Hasidim. During the times of the Maccabees, you had three sects of beliefs. You had the Hasidim, right? And then you had the Hellenistas, which are the Greeks, and then you had the Hasmoneans, all right, which was like later on that kingly bloodline dealing with the Maccabees. So the Hasidim, which is also known as the Assyrians, which were Jakes, the word just means Hasidim or Hasadim, all right? And these are the terms they were using before they were using Pharisee, Sadducees, you know. But the Hasadim is how you would say pious or saintly, or, you know, like to be separated. Hasadim. That would be the root word for pious, all right, or saintly. And saintly goes into being separated. So if you live your life in this society, separated from this society, separated from these people, almost in the sense of religion. All right, we don't deal with religion; we deal with a covenant. But in a sense, this is a religion because the word religio goes into the term to hold back and restrain, and this truth is supposed to restrain us, in a sense, you know. And we have customs that we're supposed to keep. So customs that we keep are what? Separate from this world. That's what it means to be godly, all right? To be spiritual. And in this carnal world, man, where it deals with greed, murder, lies, lust, all right? It says, "Yea, and all that will live godly in Hamashiach Yahushai." So you got to live in the truth, not just saying you in the church Christians and you being chaste and kept and Muslim and all this madness. No, you have to be God. You have to be chaste or kept in Yahushai Hamashiach. All right. So all that shall live godly in Hamashiach Yahushai shall suffer persecution, man, and it may get even worse real soon. Especially when Revelations 13 and 16 get kicked off, the MOTB. Alright? So what? Suffer persecution. Now, persecution can come in many ways. In the ancient time, the prophets suffered persecution like getting whipped and flogged, getting their heads cut off. And in these times, people may be martyred. They get their heads cut off. You know, threaten to get their heads chopped off. So that's why the Lord said, "What? Be faithful unto death, and the Lord will give you a crown of life." All right. So we have to prepare our minds for those type of temptations. So suffer persecution. Now persecution can come in many forms before it gets physical. It can be also verbal. All right. Let's get that real quick. It's a comparative base word. It means dioko, which is the Greek word meaning persecution, to pursue, literally or figuratively, by implication, to persecute. Now, they were literally pursuing us in the Roman Empire, all right? Now, that time may come again soon, all right? But now it says, actually it will, because when you don't want to get that comply with their system, Esau gonna have a trap in place. They're gonna have you make a choice. If you go to the Walmart and there's no food, and they got soldiers right there now, they're gonna have soldiers someday. We'll see. But you gotta be careful with YouTube. They're gonna have soldiers in place, and they got this whole disease X thing popping up soon. All right, and they're moving to a digital system, etc., etc. So Esau is using that spirit of fear to motivate the people into a trap, into losing their faith. Just like they tried to do during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, 168 BC. Their whole attempt was to get our people to lose their faith and to denounce Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua by getting them to eat pork, going against their will. So they're going to do the same thing again. All right, so that type of persecution will come, because we got to be tried. This is a temptation that should come upon all the world. All right, and we're going to be in the midst of that, getting tried as well. But this is what? To run swiftly in order to catch a person or a thing to run after. That's why people trying to trap you up at work, or in your household, or just in your neighborhood, or the police, or persecution is going to come. Or when you're out here teaching on the internet, you got people like vocab scoffers, right? They flag our videos, it's going to become more and more as they recently put in a law to outlaw the Bible. And we preach the Bible, so eventually they're going to outlaw us. It says to pursue in a hostile manner. You're wicked. If a woman is wicked, she come against you, especially because of your beliefs and your morals that are backed by this truth. That's a form of persecution. In any manner, whatever, to harass. See that? So it's not just physical. It can also be spiritual or verbal harassment. All right, or harassing through somebody's actions. Trouble, to molest. Now, molest. If you tell a police officer you want to operate in this area, in this public environment, unmolested, meaning unbothered. All right, unharassed. That's what that means. So, to persecute, to be mistreated, man. So we're going to be mistreated in this society. All right? To seek after eagerly, earnestly, endeavor to acquire. Because you might just be walking up the street and then somebody just hates you for no damn reason. It ain't you, it's the spirits that they see. It's the spirit that they see on you, that light. All right? These demons, they hate that. For whatever reason. They might see you, and whatever reason, man, they be against you. And you got to know that the Lord got a hedge around you, man. All right? And it's about, if you can't change somebody's attitude or fix the situation, you fix and change how you respond to it. And that's the growth. All right? And that's the ones that the Lord is looking for. That's going to deal with that persecution and let patience have her perfect work. That we, through that pressure, we'll be tried as gold is tried in the furnace. And we'll come out pure. So, but the scriptures say we're going to go through that. All right? Yea, and all that will live godly in Yahushua Mashiach shall suffer persecution. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, man. You know, these camps out here that call themselves Israelites, but are really wolves in sheep's clothing, false prophets, teaching with baseball caps on and hoodies, telling people they can get the MOTB, it's okay, teaching Friday, Saturday, Sabbath. You can saying you can eat pork, and then you got these Christian churches, Jake. So they going what? They're going to wax worse and worse, man. Their doctrine. Look at vocab, putting out their vocab Malone. He just put a video out towards Sakari saying if Jacob and Esau were twins or brothers, twins, and they had the same father, how are they two nations? It's like that's so stupid, man. You know, it's a spiritual. That's how all the nations got here. It's just different spirits on different individuals, and if that individual becomes a whole, that seed continues and grows into more branches of families, it's going to become eventually a whole nation. And that's what happened with Esau. It became a whole nation, but it just so happened that that nation was born with a wicked spirit, man. All right? And the Lord marked them with a different color in the beginning. Now we don't go by that. But in the beginning, it started off, the Lord marked them just like he marked Cain. All right? So, things like that, man. That's how you know wicked, they're waxing worse and worse. Look at Sakari and them throwing all these damn parties and getting paid off the word, man. They're waxing worse and worse. The doctrine. All right, evil men. Look at Puffy, P. Diddy. These entertainers, right? These church pastors, man. Okay, so they waxing worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. And as we move closer and closer toward the harvest, towards the day of the harvest, the Yahushua's harvest, they're becoming more and more corrupt. So it'll be more clear that they are the tares and not the wheat or the chaff. You know what I mean? So, deceived and being deceived. All right, so they're gonna be what? Worse and worse. Deceiving and being deceived. Man. That's why you see all these camps growing, but their doctrine be off. You know, or you see these churches growing. You know, all right, but their doctrine is off. So this prophecy is reigning true. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and has been assured of, man. And Yahushua assured us of all these things. So we're supposed to teach what Yahushua taught. All right, teach what the Lord told to John the Revelator on the Isle of Patmos, and teach it correctly. The MOTB and all that, these different warnings. World War III, the destruction, time of Jacob's trouble. Teach his name, the testimony of Yahushua. All right, so these are things we've been assured of and been taught of, especially from our elders, starting with Abba Bivens on to Elder Apostle Har. All right, starting with him on, on to the rest of us. So, but continue thou in the things which thou hast learned. And a bad example of that is Nate, the leader of the IUIC. He used to teach the name Yahweh, but he didn't continue in it. What's the name? Yohana of ISUPK. He used to teach and sell a book that was talking about the MOTB and the Illuminati and all of that. Digital system, but now he reneged on all of those understandings, and he didn't continue in the things which he learned and he's been assured of. Alright? So, but continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. So we got to know, ox knoweth his owner, the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, neither do they consider. So we have to consider who taught us and where this truth comes from. It comes from Yahweh, through Yahweh Shai to us, man. Alright? And through our elders over at GMS. But the spirit of truth comes from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And that's why before every video we give honors to our elders. Alright? So, and that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation. So these scriptures are able to make us wise, give us wisdom that will lead us to being saved. Because that's what salvation means, man. Let's get that, salvation. It says to safety, to rescue. So this is able to make us wise to be rescued through faith, which is in Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Right? So we have to have that faith. Right? So apply the wisdom to your life. That's what wisdom is used for. It's instruction. And the instruction will lead us to rescue, to safety. And you gotta have faith that these instructions will lead us there. And who's the one that instructed us? It says all scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh. So all the scriptures, all the truth, all the wisdom comes from Yahweh. Alright? That would say, and be assured of whom we learned it. And it's profitable for doctrine. So, for reproof, for reproof, for blame, to correction, to correct, for correction. All right. So this is the process, the doctrine, which gives you the doctrine, which is what, the basic understanding, man, the instructions, all right, the wisdom, the teachings, the precepts, so the breakdowns too, all right, the prophecies. That's the doctrine. For reproof, for blame, a proof that by which a thing is proved or tested. Conviction, man, self-conviction. All right. For correction, and then to help correct it. So it's blame, not just to blame somebody, but if I teach my children, don't just blame your siblings, but also correct them. You can tell somebody to stop something, you got to also tell them what to do certain times. So the Lord has done that. He told us to stop, and he also told us what to do. That's the correction. All right, that's the amendment. So that is correction. A straightening up again. Rectification. All right, restoration to an upright or right state. Correction, improvement of life or your character. Look at that, man. So the Lord is building us right now and building our character. Okay? Through the wisdom, through the instructions, through the doctrine, through the reproof, the blame, and then the correction. Correction for instruction in righteousness. And righteousness goes into the laws and also the truth, the spirit of truth, the testimony of Yahweh Shai, and the prophecy. That's righteousness. That the man of Yahweh may be perfect, and that's what the Lord is leading us to through patience and perfection in our character. Truly furnished unto all good works. All right. So in the end, all our works will be in good faith and in good works. All right, not in works of the devil, but we will go through persecution as we're working. As we're here existing, and especially amongst Babylon and the rest of the wicked around the world. All right, so with that, I'm gonna end it. Hopefully, it was edifying. It's a quick post-bin hydration. Hopefully, it was long. quick, yeah, 20 minutes. All right. Then I'm gonna say shalom, man, and stay focused, and have a thumb, and how about Shem El Shai, Kahalayim, like how about Shem El Shai, by Shem Havakak Dash, Ma'amaf, double line to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwat and the children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the brothers of Lions.